All right. So first of all, I wanted to say that this film was really sensual. It was close to your characters. It was moving. So my first question to both of you is, what were your initial discussions like with the director when wondering about the visual language for the film, and how much has it shifted from that initial thought when you were entering the set?
When we first read the script, we talk about it. We have our ideas. Then we start working it with Mario, and then we have to get back to the earth because we have no money. We shoot this in 15 days, with no lights, just a camera, us. I think we get close to our references. We get visual references like Tasio is a Spanish movie, on the Spanish movie, and we want that the camera just looks the sequence, we have to shoot like a maximum 3 shots per sequence. That's our time. So I think working with Mario was agree with everything, that we have to do it simple, quick, running.
Energa, could you comment on that?
How the aesthetic we want to we want to evoke a little bit the films and the home videos that you can see of Spain in that era. So we try to take that look, but also do something beauty. So if you try make a fusion of that.
So of the images from the past with the level of beauty that you wanted.
Yeah, about the trains, trying to evoke that kind of sentiment that when you see that home videos or films, make a little bit the same.
For me, I just want to add something that I think this was shot so long ago that maybe our memories are not so clear in this mind. But one of the conversations that I remember that we had together was because this film is in 1969 and there was a lot of things happening with Franco during that time. I remember we talked about some moment where the first half of the movie had to be shot still, so the camera wasn't really moving. And then the second part of the movie, we decided to move the camera a little bit more to kind of show how free she was as a character. And I remember when we finished the movie, I went back to our notes to see if we had actually accomplished that. And I think we did to like 90%. So that was very, very good.
All right. So since you already have the mic, let me ask you about the story itself. I read that you are the co-writer of the script as well, together with Sara Gamasso, who is also present here.
She's not here. She's in the other tier with our kids.
All right. So maybe you could say something about why did you want to tell that story?
Yeah, so me and Sarah, we both wrote the film. We were inspired by the city that you see, which is a place in the Basque country or Navarra, which is called Obanos, very small town. When I went and saw this place for the first time, I fell in love with the city. I thought it was amazing. Opposite to where I grew up in Mexico, it's black and white. So I remember having this image of Sarah's grandmother talking with her friends. They were all really old. And we just started thinking about how you when you were younger, how it was to really grow up there during the 60s, which it was a really hard time. And also adding on to that layer, adding a lot of research for music censorship, which is also a topic that we want to discuss. And one of the reasons that I really wanted to work with Yanira and Nico is Me and Sa, she was also the production designer, and we worked together as a duo as well. And then, when I met them for the first time, I saw how great they were working together. Also, being very specific about, what she was doing, what he was doing on set. So it was a great partnership, and we're really happy to be here.
Like a good meeting of two pairs actually working together, right?
Yeah. It was, two brains work better than one, and in our case, it was four brains. So I think for the complexity of the story, we were able to make what you saw.
All right, thank you. Is there already a question you'd like to ask, perhaps, or a comment you'd like to share? Anyone? If not here, yes, this gentleman. Let me give you my mic.
Well, the movie seems to be very proportional to me. The first thought of mine was very proportional. That is the timing of the film, the showing up, and the accents on the action was very good. On the right time, a good proportion. You were shooting, and topics and the accents went in the right time. What is it? I don't know if you thought about it. The gold of gold, the rule of the gold. Yeah, but it was exactly the 2/3. Also, they show the turn of the action. Yeah, but use of the light. If you say it was nothing on the light, it was just the camera and the natural light. To me was all right.
Okay, we did lighting work, but we just have, I don't know if you know about sources, we just have one M18, 2 Kino Plus for Bangford, and two Aputures small ones, and we did the movie with that, and with a frame 8 by 8 and we did this. We don't have gapper. We have a kid of a school that come with us, but first week we are showing him how to work. By third week, he knows how to do almost anything. So we did like lighting work, but quick lighting work. That is it. Everything there. Put it through the windows, and little touches, but yes, easy things.
Yeah, if you say that was I was a bit confused because my trouble is that the warp 180, when it was the scenes on the 180, I thought about it something wrong with the extra lighting, but if he said there was only one source, yeah, I said how they did that, yeah. No, we did things, yes.
All right, is there another question already? Let me ask our cinematographer duo. All right, so if there is one question, then please do.
I think you're about to ask it.
No? About the duo, right? Okay, I will. We'll see whether it's the same question. It's not very typical. I agree. So could you please elaborate a bit on the way you work together? Why did you decide to work as a duo on a daily basis, Islada? I know that you have had a number of short films and commercials and some TV productions that you did together. This is the first feature of you both. But what made you make this a bit untypical decision?
Okay, we studied together cinematography, and we are separated. Were separated DPs, she was my first AC. I was her gaffer, and we worked like this for some years. But then we have a project that the director asked us to work together. We try it and we see it works. So since then we decided to make Islada. We start to make a system, how to work. Now we have a nice system. In the beginning, it was a disaster. You know. But now we feel natural, you know, and I think we get on set with everything very clear in our minds. So now it's very easy to work like this and um, allow us to be more creative and more centered in what each of us is, you know.
And Yanira, maybe you could say something additional. Also, in terms of the name, I don't know whether the word Islada has something to do with Isla, an island.
No,
No one is an island.
it's a fancy word and means
reflection.
reflection. Yeah. Yeah, I want to say that when we started working together, we see that we chat a lot when we read a script or wherever. We start been chatting, and the ideas come. My ideas is ideas, and it's like more. You know, we get more things, and it's more creative. And I think it works because it's we.
Yeah, I mean, they just work, but two is better than one, I think is what you're trying to say.
Sometimes no, but in the see. I don't know.
All right. So, could you say what is it like from the director's perspective? Is it really easier? Maybe is it sometimes a bit more difficult because of the, I don't know, decision process, for example? I understand what you have said, Yanira, about more ideas clashing together and gaining something of it, but I thought that maybe there might be some minor conflicts or differences in view, and if you have so limited time and limited resources, sometimes the decision process must be very quick, right?
That's why we in pre-production we talk about everything. So you know when you are in set you have to improv in press. But if you have everything clear, it's easier. And sometimes we are not at it, but we know very well how to say, okay, now your idea is better, so go on. And in other times it's like, okay, my idea is better, so please. And it's very important the communication, but we have it and it's easy to us.
Yeah, I think I was just thinking about in terms of directing. I think every project has a need. I think for this one, having two directors of photography that are one, it was the best thing that could happen for the project because, again, we didn't have that many resources. We have a short amount of time to shoot this. So, well, she was sometimes with the camera operating, he was working with the light, with the gaffer. Sometimes he was, being an electrician himself. So for this kind of project, I think it was a perfect fit. I think every project has a need, but to me, it was a faster way of working because whenever you're on set, there's so much tension. It's 3 a.m. You've been shooting for 15 days, so ideas, it could be like, no, my idea is better. No, your idea is better. But I think we were all able to sync, and we did pre-production. I don't remember exactly how much did we do, but it wasn't like 2 days of pre-production. We, talked probably 4 months in advance, and then we were working and stuff. So, that really helped bring to life the movie.
Okay, thank you. Another question on your side, perhaps?
Say something about casting.
About casters, yeah.
Casting.
Yeah. Anything specific you want me to use? Well, so for casting, one interesting thing that happened is, I don't know if you realize, but at the end of the movie, we're reusing some of the actors. Okay. So that happened because we didn't have money to hire new actors. So when I was thinking about the script and we were all thinking, how do we make this happen with no money for other actors, especially in a period piece, we basically came up with the idea of reusing the actors with the metaphor of it doesn't matter if you're being censored in your city, every time you need, there's going to be people that are going to censor you no matter what. And it's kind of the ghosts that stay with you from the past. So that's the way that we justified like the new actors and sort of the wardrobe. I was very nervous about it when we were editing because I wasn't sure if it was gonna work or if people were kind of gonna be thrown off. But that was part of it. I think the rest of the casting, we started casting this movie maybe 5 years ago, and then none of that cast is really in the movie because we really made the movie at that time. But we ended up casting Nerea and Sena. Nerea is the singer. She is a singer, and we needed that for the movie. And it was also her first movie. It was the first movie of a lot of people. So it just sort of came together, and we did a lot of pre-pro. We practiced a lot. We were all living in these houses in the town together. So I think that chemistry helped whenever we were shooting the movie. Yeah.
All right. So the a theme or subject of having limited resources is coming again and again throughout the conversation. So let me ask yet another question to this, because when the starting titles opened, I saw that over 500 people contributed to the production on Kickstarter. So what sort of information or feedback from those people did you get? So whether was there some specific level of expectations on their side, and did you have like a screening for them?
Not yet. Ideally, we want to have, we just sort of started with the screening process. This is the premiere that we have here in Poland. So most of them haven't seen the movie. I'm hesitant to just send a link because I don't want it to get lost in the digital era. I want them to see it here. It's the first time they are seeing it in like a big screen, and it changes. It does change it. So what I can tell you is that this movie wasn't made with a lot of support, so we had to work with what we could, and we're so grateful of Yaniri and Nico, really because of them we're here. So the people from Kickstarter were in early development. They supported the movie financially, and then we had a little bit more money coming in, but barely nothing. So I couldn't be more grateful to them, to just driving from Malaga with these strangers to shoot this movie and like just make it happy. And then, we will go drinking after shooting, which was crazy to me. But I think we enjoyed making the movie, which it's a good thing.
Okay, thank you. All right, is there another question? Yes, from the gentleman up there.
Well, congratulations on the work. How did you divide for the cinematographers? How did you divide the work between the two of you? Was there sort of the set rule where one was maybe more behind camera and the other one in front? And would you do it again on a more complicated project?
Yes, in the pre-production we talk about everything, and it's maybe a more equal situation, conversations. But on set, she operates the camera almost always, and I am more with the director and with the gaffer and with other things. But she's centered on the camera work,
So if you would do it again.
For sure. Just when we just finish this movie, we start a TV series for Amazon Prime, and it was a lot more complicated, more money, more locations, more everything. And I know it's easier to work with more and with less,
Yes.
So we are together, two of us who remarked the fact that this movie was joyful, even if it's a queer movie. we really enjoyed the fact that it was like a lovely story with a happy ending. And it's not like a regular story where the queer community is really like oppressed and that has a happy ending. And now, even if it was a story of a long time ago, like 60s, 70s, like it could have finished well, and it did in your movie, and we loved it.
I mean, I feel like it's like only queer people can kind of appreciate the fact that, like, because we see that there's not many movies like these, like very just sweet, very simple. Like, we don't get that as queer people, so I feel like that's very good, and we wanted to appreciate that.
Thank you so much. I'm really happy that you like this movie. I think the happy ending was a non-negotiable when me and Sarah were writing the movie, because when we're doing a lot of research of queer movies, we realize at the end one dies. They don't end up together. There's some drama. So we really wanted just to do a happy ending and have two people love each other. So thank you for noticing that. And you're right. I think even now the story resonates, and there's a lot of queer movies out there, but there's still there's not a lot of support for queer cinema. I think it's more a trending thing than actually an executional thing where you are seeing this in theaters. And I also feel like it's a misconception that queer people for the community don't go to the movies, which I don't think that's true. But yeah, thanks for liking the movie.
All right. Is there another question or comment? Perhaps maybe some emotions you'd like to share? All right. So let me also ask you, the cinematographer duo, since you have had your way over the years, right? Would you say that your attitude towards that cooperation between the two of you has changed over the years? You have mentioned something that you have come up with a sort of scheme or sort of pattern of that cooperation with time. But would you say that your attitude towards this cooperation has changed over time?
Yes, it changed a lot and continue changing, in every project. But now we get a point that it's very easy to work like this. Easier than work alone, I think. And maybe when we start, we fight more, for our idea. I want my idea, she want her idea. But project by project, we see we can trust each other, or each other vision. So project by project, we are more open to the other, and yes, at this time we just listen the other, and we do it. We trust in the other and in the other's vision, and I think we complement. She complements what I don't have, and I can maybe give some that I have.
Okay. Yes, there's the question from the gentleman over here. Let me give you my mic. That's the question. Great. All right. I thought still you were to ask something. Okay. So one last question to all of you is basically, I understand that all three of you are based in Spain, right? No, you go. But still, could you say something? What is your impression in terms of the perhaps generational change within our societies altogether? Because you said that queer films are not really supported that much. Yet some people say that there is the kind of openness nowadays to introduce more such themes in films, not only the dramatical ones, as it was mentioned. And some platforms as Netflix seem to support that kind of storytelling, right? So would you say that even if it's not financial, there is no more of a sort of free space and readiness also on the side of the audiences, the broad audiences, to embrace such stories?
Yes, I think it has changed dramatically. I mean, during the 1969, it was a different world. So I think it has changed. I think platforms, I think streaming networks, I think they're more open and we're seeing a lot of more stories. But I think there's a difference between trending and making meaningful work that impacts culture and that people are going to like. Because I think there's an inundation of content right now in every way. And I don't know how much of that has happy endings. I don't know how much of that makes people talk, which is at least the work that I'm trying to make. So I think it has changed, but I think we're just starting, just from my perspective.
You don't have your observations, the subjects?
Yes, I think it changes a lot, but I can say anything more better than Mari.
All right, all right. Thank you very much, and thank you to all of you for staying with us. And have a yep. I was just saying thank you. Yep. Okay. So hopefully we'll see each other on other screenings of this festival, and we hope to see you next year or the following years. Thank you.